Big, beautiful, loving planet called Earth. I wanted to discuss something that just popped into my head just now, or it's been in my head for a while, but this just wanted to be talked about today for me. I've done a lot of things in my life. You guys know how important and how much I love making these vlogs for you every single day, and I'm going to continue to make them every single day for the foreseeable future. But here's the thing. I have so many ideas in my head of like potential video games, potential books, potential movies or documentaries that I want to make. And I've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried so many different times to make a book, to make an idea for a video game or an idea for a documentary movie, whatever you want to call it, here and to get it set up at like a Toronto International Film Festival or what's South by Southwest in Texas, and they're ideas, but they're not fully formed ideas. They're not big enough to be a film. They're not big enough to be a video game. They're not big enough to be a book just yet. But at some point, it will be a book. At some point, it will be I will have a video game out. At some point, I will have a documentary film, whether that be about my life or whether that be about how the video game came to be or how the book came to be, something along those lines. And it's not going to be easy. I know that first and foremost, but everything that I've ever done in my life, whether I started this YouTube channel, whether I've watched thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of movies in my time, whether it's rewatching a film, a series, or film, there's processes that go into making a film. You have to get a writer, you have to get an assistant director, you have to get all these things. And the same thing with video games. Not every video game has all those things along with it, but because if you're like doing it by yourself and it's your baby, it's your thing that you're most proud of, then it'll happen. But it won't happen overnight. And every single thing that I've ever had an idea for inside my brain for a video game, whether that be, it could be any type of video game. It could be an MMO, it could be an RPG, it could be a first-person shooter, it could be anything. It could be an animated game, it could be, and then the characters have to come with it as well. It's a large process that every author, every video game maker, or every director or producer or whatever you want to call it has to go through, and writers as well, and I'm not saying that any of these things will happen for me in the next year or 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, but at some point in the future, whatever age that may be for me, it will happen. I will make a video game. I will make a documentary film or an actual film or a book of some sort. I don't know the genres of each one of these things. It could be a horror game. It could be an action game. It could be a live action game. It could be anything. And the same thing with the books, and same thing with movies. It could be animated. It could be live action. It could be thriller, horror, sci-fi, fantasy. It could be anything at this point. It's still up in the air, and I've been rattling around with these ideas for all these different things on different platforms, whether it be a video game, whether it be a film, whether it be it could be a TV show, could basically be anything at this point. But that's what I wanted to discuss today, and I know it sounds like I'm just spitting out air and spitting out not misinformation, but that these may never happen. They may not. I'm just telling you, these are the things that I would like to do. Not necessarily mean it's going to happen that way, but I'd like to have it happen at some point in my life. Now, we've got a bunch of birthdays today, so let's just dive into that. We've got, I want to wish Joe Volpus a happy birthday. McKinley Richardson a happy 21st birthday. Neem McCormack a happy birthday. And Zoe Deschanel a happy birthday today as well. And that does it for birthdays today. There are 2 tomorrow. And then there's a bunch on, there's 2 on the 19th. 1 on the 20th. 4 on the 21st. 1 on the 22nd. 2 on the 23rd. 2 on the 25th, 3 on the 26th, none on the 27th, 3 on the 28th, 3 on the 29th, 5 on the 30th, and 2 on the 31st. And then that's it for birthdays in January. So, with that being said, I will have a brand new vlog for you tomorrow. The plan is today also, before I say goodbye, is to go and see Beekeeper. If not, that'll probably be early next week. But we'll just have to wait and see. And there's another movie that's opening this weekend called Which Brings Me to You with Lucy Hale and someone else. It's a rom-com. But yeah, that's what's happening with that. And now I will say goodbye. Goodbye.